Everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I decided to do basically a breakdown video of a lot of the things that we got basically confirmed, and things that are really cool and gameplay wise, character select stuff, all you name it. I wanted to do like a breakdown talking about all of the stuff that we got. So if you like this and you want more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero videos, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, shout out to all the creators videos that I'm going to be covering here. So for the most part, I have Dado, Nano, and Indakuba. And obviously, this is from the actual Namco or Bandai Namco stuff. Obviously, I won't be showing all these videos. If you want to see the actual, most importantly, like the raw gameplay, go to their channel, support them. Obviously, just check out them. I'm just gonna talk about like the details and features that they had, that we probably didn't know before, and also stuff that we just got confirmed. So the first thing I want to talk about, at least now that we're here, basically in the Kuba side, is they have apparently multiple ways to play the game. So they have a classic setting, which is honestly pretty cool, and a standard setting, which obviously reminds me, which is very Street Fighter 6 like, and even more than that, if you played the Resident Evil remakes or remasters, they have a setting for you to play with the classic tank controllers or the modern, like, updated, controller scheme, because a lot of people don't even know what tank controls are. So it looks like from here there's obviously more stuff with, if you're a fan of the old school Budokai Tenkaichi, then that means you can just do this. Also, it's pretty cool. You have the revenge counter, key charge, stuff like that. So yeah, so there's two controller schemes that they were able to choose from. So I think that's pretty cool. They have a battle assist thing, I guess. So it's very much, again, similar to Street Fighter 6, where with modern controls, if you just hold R2 and then spam square, you can just do a combo. So I think that's really cool. It looks like they have a lot of assisting stuff for people that are newer to the series or franchise. I think that's really cool. Then this is the stage select, basically. I think there's honestly a good amount of stages, even for a demo, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think, well, to be fair, I think that might be everything that they've showed so far. Land of the Kais we see in the Vegito trailer, the Fusion one. We see the islands, we saw the city ruins. Yeah, I think all of these, to be honest, I guess we've seen in all the trailers, right? So I think it's pretty cool. And then I guess you press the right bumper to pick the soundtrack, which obviously, again, I like the UI for this. It's pretty cool. Very simple. You pick the BGM too, very old school, and the old Tenkaichis was the same exact way. So here we are. So we have the character select screen. For me personally, I am kind of mixed on the character select screen personally, because I kind of don't like how kind of cluttered it is for the most part. Let me see if I can go a little bit back. I'm just trying to, there we go. See, this is the main section that I don't really care for. I don't like that all the characters' forms are basically out and about. I think it clutters, like, I don't know, when I see, like, when I look at the screen, my brain knows, right? I played Tenkaichi before. My brain knows, okay, you can see the mouse. Obviously, Scouter Vegeta, that goes into Great Apes. This is Vegeta at the Saiyan Saga. This is Vegeta in the Cell Saga, because he has Super Saiyan and Super. This is Vegeta the Boo Saga. He has, Super Saiyan 1, 2, and then I guess Majin might be a separate thing. Or he could go Majin from whatever. And then obviously there's Vegeta Super. Same thing with Goku, right? But look at this, bro. I guess they'll do it anyway. But having like Goku be right next to another base Goku is kind of like I don't know, like visually confusing, especially because they look borderline identical, right? You could tell at least Super and Buu Saga Goku, because their hair actually looks a little bit darker. The actual character model looks good. Don't worry about it. But I know Nano, I believe, confirmed in this video, which you can check. He confirmed in this video that it's not a final version of the character select screen. We got Goku mid-blink here. So obviously this isn't final, but just my feedback to them, if I doubt they'll watch this, but is I wish, to go back to the original way where you would have the, like, you would pick the character and then their forms would pop out and then you could pick their forms. I just think it would condense the screen a little bit more. And let's see if we could get the little... They did confirm, by the way, this is up to 3, but they did confirm that it goes up to 5 people. This is just for the demo, I guess, right? So they got allowed to play up to 3. So let's look at the rest of the roster. So then further down, we got Piccolo, you know, the Z Fighters. We got Future Trunks. We have Gogeta with all his forms. We have Frieza, Golden Frieza. It looks funny because Frieza has that big head, and then Golden Frieza looks like his head got smaller. Fat Boo, Hercule, Birder, 17, 18, Zero, Beerus, Bergamo, and then Broly's forms. I actually think I'm trying to look at who's new here. I guess, I mean, Hercule we saw in the last trailer. Birder was in the Power and Speed trailer. Yeah, and I guess the only one new that's here is probably Zero that I haven't seen before. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think Zero might be the only like new character. So that's pretty cool. Obviously Bergamo is dope too. Again, I do like the little animations that plays when when a character comes in. Like, yeah, some of them, like, yeah, see, like, they pop in, you pick them, they select, they run out. So the way, I'll let it play out. The way it's kind of organized is that there's basically 2 parts of the screen. One side with your team, and then the other side with the other team. So, obviously, like, you'll have your one side, and obviously you can't pick the repeat of the same character. So, like, see, you're basically forming your team on one side of the arena. Because you also pick, I believe, the stage before you go to character select. So Bergamo's model actually does look pretty good. So real quick, I wanted to just go over this really quick. So this is also the animation that plays when you're basically transitioning from the character select screen to the actual fight. It's a pretty cool real-time transition. So you start the battle, the 2 teams are selected, and then boom. So I'll stop there for now from Indakuba's channel. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think yeah, like the rest I think is mainly gameplay and stuff like that. But yeah, so I wanted to go here for a second because in here they also are breaking down the episode battle and the custom battle, which I think is really cool. So basically, sorry, episode battle, it seems like I'll let the trailer play for now while we talk about it. Episode battle lets you play up to 8 characters, and they confirm that depending on the character, you might have more or less of the actual like stuff to do from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super. So if you play as Goku, Jun Furutani basically said, yeah, Goku will probably have the most, obviously from here to the Tournament of Power. Vegeta probably have like the second most. But if they have a character, for example, like Tien, I assume his stuff wouldn't be really much of anything. I know he was in the TOP. So again, it's really cool stuff that they have, like, in terms of like ideas for this. So, like, you can see like in the background, right? Like, it looks like there's like a ton of like other stuff that they have here, maybe routes or whatever. Now, again, this basically explains that if you're Goku in this scenario, that's why you go in like the POV state right here. Another thing that's pretty cool is that they basically, like again, like we established from the last trailer, there is like a decision-based thing, right? You can go to Raditz alone, you could go with Piccolo, but if you go alone or to Raditz, I think it's like Krillin who follows you, pretty sure. But again, really cool stuff. The Great Ape looks really cool. This is obviously Goku transforming. This to me is the funniest thing because this is hilarious. The fact that Goku's about, like, I think even this version of Super Saiyan Goku still wouldn't beat Frieza because Goku's power level on Namek when he went Super Saiyan was much higher than when he was here. So. But regardless, this is enough to just grab Vegeta by the shoulder pads and just throw his ass to the sun. Like, it's insane. So that's going to be hilarious. I wonder what Vegeta's reaction is going to be. And then here, it's actually pretty cool. So this is basically like a custom cutscene battle thing that you can actually make yourself. You can put the dialogue, put the character. You can have like from what it looks like here, you can have like Vegeta against Beerus or Hercule. I think even later they put Hercule. You can adjust the effects of like could like you know it's there's just a lot of stuff here. Keys to here you have Vegeta, Gogeta, scene setting, title screen, thumbnail. You're basically making like your own, almost like a video. It's pretty cool, or cutscene. So see, you have all this stuff here, like forward-facing stance, normal, 3D cuff, face-off one. Like I think that's really, this is actually a really cool like thing. It's basically like I don't know if they'll have a photo mode, but it just feels like enhanced version of photo mode where it's like you can take this, make a little video or whatever, and then put it on Twitter or Twitter or whatever. I think that's really cool. They also show here they put Vegeta there, but then they had it where Hercule instead said, it's Lord Beerus. It's kind of funny. Very cool stuff from the custom battle end. Then here, the reason I spent so much time in the Kuba video talking about the character select screen is because we're gonna get into local multiplayer. So after the trailer at Summer Games Fest, there was a video, or on the website, they I think confirmed something called the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and a lot of people were confused on what that meant. Did it mean that you could only play local online at the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, very much like Xenoverse, or was it a thing where they're just calling the multiplayer, the offline multiplayer, the Hyperbolic Time Chamber? That's not the case. So here they confirm that because of all the effects, like weather effects, dynamic rock explosions, and all this dynamic stuff when it comes to the actual gameplay, they basically confirmed that they really didn't have local versus as a thought, basically. They had it, I think they even said, like Jun Furutani says it here. I'll let it play until I find it. Maybe I went too far ahead. But basically saying that they had in mind that the multiplayer was going to be online, and then they would have a single player offline, which is obviously fine, or fine for the most part. But a lot of people, including myself, did want local versus. So it looks like local versus was never going to be. Yeah, exactly right here. We developed this game with online multiplayer and an offline single player mode in mind. So this game wasn't. It's not an offline game, right, or an offline multiplayer game. But because so many fans and stuff reached out, we are able to play split screen now, which shout out to Goku Black. I can't wait to play as him. But we're only going to be limited to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. So I'm not going to go too much on a spiel about it, but I'll just give my honest thoughts. I think local multiplayer is a big W. 2, I think that's just I think it's fine. But I think 3, my biggest thing is that I think it's cool, but I think maybe in the future, because this was such an afterthought, maybe in the future there will find a way to do more maps, because while it is fun, and I know we're in like an internet age, so it's like realistically who's gonna be playing offline that much. I get it, but I think in the future it could be possible to maybe have more maps that could be for the local versus side, especially with the game looking so fun. Because the idea I had is because a lot of games control their graphics. What if there's an option to play local versus you turn off the dynamic weather changing, you turn off the I don't know, the crazy explosions or something like that. You basically have to. I know you basically have to dumb down the graphics, but if that's the reason why you can't do versus at the time or right now, then you could do stuff like that. But at the same time, because it seems like they don't really have, or they didn't really have an idea for local versus, maybe it's something that they'll implement later when they fully develop the game, and maybe another patch will be like, hey, we figured it out, now you can play versus offline in any of the maps. So I think for now, them going to the lengths of basically giving us at least a starter version of a local versus, at least for now, I think it's a good thing. I think it's fine. At least I'll still be able to play with my brother, my friends if they come over. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. This combined with the character select screen, like he said right here, character selection was built with single player in mind. So when you look at this, the way it is, it's basically like this is player one, and like we saw before, you look in the bottom right, it says change members or a thing like change team or something. You're basically playing like one, like I said, one side is your screen, but then you transition to the other side, to the PC side or CPU, and then you pick their teams or whatever. So it's doing the Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 1 mainly, or 11 as well, where like you pick a character and they kind of just walk into the arena. That's basically what they're doing here, where you're basically, your characters are in the fighting stage already. You're just picking them, and then it's going to transition into whatever. So what they said is, for offline multiplayer, the player one has to pick both sides. Basically, they have to, I would have to pick the characters for player two, basically. So not too much of an annoyance. It's like you said, it's slightly annoying, but I'm not too upset about it. It is what it is for a beginner. And I think, like I said, the fact that it wasn't a thing at all, that they didn't even think about it, but they still added just a quick offline versus, I think that's pretty cool. The next thing I kind of wanted to talk about was, I'll try and pause and see if there's like an actual example of this. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is probably the last thing I want to talk about. If I missed anything, obviously let me know. But like I said, I really didn't want to just hijack these people's videos. Like, if you want to watch their official like stuff that they got recorded, there's like I think it's hours of videos out there. You have people like Nano and stuff that have like 40 minutes of a video. Dotto has 20 minutes. CReax probably has like another 30, 35, I think it was. So they have a lot of videos out there, but I just kind of wanted to pinpoint some of the details so you guys can just go watch those gameplays yourselves. But I just wanted to break down some of the stuff that I found pretty interesting. One thing that's really cool, I think I'll just probably have Globku, or like, obviously this is on Globku's channel. Drop a like. He basically explains here, when you do, I guess, like a super or an ultimate in the world tournament stage, which by the way does not have ring outs. We can quickly see this right here. Like they're both on the floor pretty much. Yeah, let's see, they're fighting on the grass. So I'm kind of a little bit bummed. Maybe there's a world, I think there was confirmed the world tournament mode that maybe they might have this, but even the Tenkaichi games, they had ring outs, but I guess maybe they think because of the camera or whatever, maybe it's too silly to have a ring out. But they have something actually pretty cool that Globku's going to mention or point out right here. So Tien's doing a special or whatever. The announcer is going to get scared. And I pretty much just had him say it.
And the stands become empty. Really cool that happened was after Tien does his super, the announcer gets scared, everyone evacuates the stage, and the stands become empty. This is more than just a cutscene, by the way, because now the stage is much bigger than before. You may notice here that we're fighting completely outside the arena now. We are in the surrounding areas, and the stands have just become destructible too, which just goes to show how much can actually be destroyed in this game. But
that's really cool, and that's really cool. Obviously, there's some, it looks like some chairs are kind of glitchy and stuff. I think that's just expected, but that's really cool. I didn't expect, to be honest, I expected this, obviously the stage should be destructible and changed, but I didn't expect like a stage transition. This is essentially the transition from the World Tournament stage to the World Tournament like island, right? Or like where they do the World Tournament. And I think that's really cool. So I think that's probably a good note to end on. I think somewhere, in the Kuba or on Twitter, they confirmed Chaozu as well. So that means, obviously, it's not that big of a deal. So some of the new confirmed characters are like Dr. Gero and Chaozu. But yeah, overall, let me know what you all think about all the details of, all these people. I'm probably going to link in the description, obviously, or comment section for you guys to check out these gameplay videos themselves in full. Because obviously, like I said, I wasn't really going to cover most of them. There's obviously some really cool special attacks that you should check out for like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I'm not going to really spoil them or show them because I want to respect their channels because they got the footage themselves and they got the privilege to show it. So, all that being said, really cool specials, really nice ultimates in the game. Make sure you check out those gameplay videos if you're excited as much as I am. But yeah, lots of cool details when it comes to the combat. Oh, there is in-game fusion. Again, another animation I'm not gonna probably show because I just want to, again, they got the footage. I'm not gonna like take it from them. But I think Nanogenics has it. Some other people have it, but and even Dado has it. You can fuse in-game. You can obviously depower into your base, and stuff like that. And also, it confirms that your characters don't have to all be like in the same power level. Like if you're in blue, Vegeta doesn't have to be in blue for you to fuse, because in one of the videos, Goku fused in base to Vegeta to Gogeta, but Gogeta was in Super Saiyan God mode. But you know, so you can fuse obviously in game, which I think we all kind of already knew that was confirmed, but they from some of the videos. But you know, it is what it is. Now we actually see it in game. There's also Great Ape gameplay as well. So yeah, check out those other videos. I'll put them down in the description. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the little breakdown that we did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.